Hey everybody, welcome to your third and final career research resource. To get started on the CFNC website, you're going to log in here in the top right corner. If you haven't already created an account, you'll need to create the account first, and then once you have, then you'll sign in. From there, you'll have access to lots of resources, but for this particular assignment, I want you to click on Plan Your Future. And then if you scroll down, you'll see Plan for a Career in the menu on the left. So click there, Plan for a Career. And in this section, you'll have different resources, and I want you to click on each one of these and use them. They're going to be super beneficial, so I'm going to kind of walk you through that. The first one is Learn About Yourself. This is 100% optional. This is very similar to the Focus to Career self-assessment. So, but there's always, you can learn different assessments can tell you different things. So this could be beneficial. You could learn a little bit more about yourself. So feel free to do this. It's absolutely not required though. But I'm going to go back a level here to Plan for a Career. That's optional, but I want you to click on Browse Career Categories. And this section will work very similarly to the previous two resources. You can type your specific career that you're interested in researching here in the search bar, or you can browse by career cluster here. Once you search, you'll just click on the magnifying glass there to search for that particular career. You'll scroll down until you find the one that you're interested in, and then once you click on that link, it will take you to the page that pretty much summarizes the information about that career. So again, you get the typical wages, your employment information, education required, skills, knowledge, preferred or needed, and then related careers. So you'll have all that information. Compare it to the two previous sites. You might notice that there are little discrepancies. Some may be minor, but that's why you want to use multiple resources when you're researching. Look for the commonalities and go with that. So that is the search area. And to get back, I'm just going to use this little cookie trail here, and I'm going to go back to Plan for a Career. And once you've searched, your career and gotten that information, I can't stress to you enough how important this resource is, the reality check. If you'll click there, and then there's a link here in the summary, so you would want to click on the reality check link here. And this is going to walk you through some questions that are going to guide you in thinking a little bit broader. So you may have a career that you're absolutely focused on. You really want to pursue a certain career or specific job, but you also have a certain, lifestyle that you're wanting to have. And so sometimes those match and sometimes they don't. So you may want to be, let's say, a teacher, and then end up realizing that the lifestyle that you're expecting, the type of home, the type of car, the type of traveling, those types of things, you need to be realistic in how much you would make, as in your chosen profession, and does that match the lifestyle that you're expecting? And so to help get you started, you would just click on the Get Started button. You type in an area where you anticipate you may want to live. And then it's going to walk you through a series of questions. And so I'm going to walk you through the first few just so you'll see how it works. The first question is about housing. And so what will your housing expenses be? What are your goals? Is your goal to own your own home? So if so, what kind? A low-cost home? You can click on this little gear down here to select your choice. Or is your goal to own a an average home, or would you say an upscale home? Maybe your goal isn't to own a home, maybe your goal is to rent an apartment or a townhome. So you would select the, there we go, let's kind of scoot it back that way. So you select your housing option, click next. It's going to have you think through the type of utilities you're going to need. Yes, you're going to need water and electricity. Most of us want a cell phone. Um, you may or may not want a house phone, but probably internet and maybe cable or TV. So these are the types of expenses that you could expect um, to have per month. Transportation, do you want a low cost? Do you want to buy a new or a used one? What kind of car? An average car payment? Do you want, a luxury car? You kind of have to think about what your goals are. And then once you've selected these, I'm not going to go through all this, but it's starting to tally up your monthly expenses. And at the end, once you work your way through these questions, it's going to give you your average expenses each month and the amount of money or your salary that you would need to be able to maintain that certain lifestyle. And so you're going to quickly find that, the job you've chosen, is this going to provide the type of lifestyle that you're expecting? And those are the types of questions that you're going to want to ask yourself. So I do want to know, and once you get through this, it'll kind of give you a report, and it'll be an eye opener. It'll be something that you at least need to be thinking about as you're researching these careers. I will say that when you complete the reality check, if you look up here in the top right, it opens up in a new tab. So to get back to CFNC, you're actually going to have to click back over here, kind of toggle back to this tab to get back to the website. So once you've completed the reality check, and I strongly encourage you to do that, there's one more link here, Know Before You Go, and this is a great resource to help you think about which careers have the best prospects right now. And best prospects, you can look at it in two ways. You could look at it in terms of growth rate, which professions or fields are growing, which means you're going to have a better opportunity to get jobs. Or you can look at it in terms of salary, which ones are, the best paying types of jobs for certain areas. So you can click on these drop down arrows and kind of search through. And this I did like because it not only gives you the job and the percentage of growth, the growth rate and the median salary, but it gives you the education level here required. And you can see that some will require a master's degree, which, will require more school, which also requires more money to pay for that school, but it could pay off, with your salary. But you do have to think about student loans and things like that. But it will tell you the education level, and you'll see here that some require an associate's degree, which you can earn at the community college level. And I think that was a nice added piece of information here in this one place, one resource. So you can look for occupations with the highest projected number of openings, which would be important. So just take a look through this section, Plan for a Career. Click on these tabs and continue to explore your career options and do your research. Remember, this is for you. The more you know now, the better decisions you can make later. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks, everybody.